Hey guys, welcome to my how-to series. On this episode, I just want to do a bit of a run through Tindrem, so you know, show you some of the key spots you might want to check out, or where you can find some books to up your skills, where the bank is, and all that sort of stuff, all that sort of jazz. We're just going to start in this new area where I am right here. This is where you're going to be spawning. You're not going to spawn with the mount, as I have currently, but nonetheless, let's get to it. So I'm not really going to go through exactly how you're going to get out of this area in this video. There's going to be a bit of a quest line here, and that will eventually lead you to the city, but for the purpose sake of this video, we're just going to sort of explore. So this area here, this is where all the new players to the game will be flooding. You'll occasionally get other players who aren't so new will come in and, you know, knock down some trees, get some wood. But they also like to grieve new players, so you need to be careful about that. You need to be careful about what we call blue blocking, which is when you're about to hit a pig, as there's a lot of pigs in this area, someone will run in front of you and try and make you hit them. And if you do hit them, what will happen is your name will go to grey. So see, this person's name's yellow. This means that he's a new player and he's under protection, so I couldn't even attack him if I wanted to. Wouldn't do anything. But if he attacked me, he would go grey, and that would mean I could kill him without getting in trouble from the guards. So basically, no one can call the guards on me. I could just kill him because he's technically a criminal. Alright, just moving on. A couple of little vendors over here. Just food vendors. There's not really a whole lot here. Mushroom vendor, food vendor. Let's get going. Up that hill is where we initially came from. And we're going to head towards the city, the main city of Tindrem. With games like this, you want to try and recognize landmarks because there is no map. It's going to look a little complicated at first, but you will get used to this and where you're going to find things. Excuse that. Horse has had a bit too much to drink. Oh god. Alright, so you're going to get a little mission early on to come over here, but as you can tell, it's this armor creation. Different patterns you can make. It's all very basic. It's really more of a tutorial area. I should point out that I'm definitely not a veteran of the game. I've put in a few months of game time, and I think I know enough that I could help out some newer players. But this is definitely not aimed at anybody who's played this game for any significant amount of time. In fact, they'll probably laugh at some of the things I say, and maybe some of it will be incorrect, but you know, hopefully I'll help a few people and they won't be banging their head against the wall or quitting the game without actually giving it a real go. So this is the marketplace as we first enter the city. Wood vendor, workbench vendor, you've got food vendor down there, so you can buy food for yourself or for your mounts. Armor vendor, food vendors over here. This is what I tend to go most to, and there's a butcher table here also for butchering carcasses of animals and such that you might have killed. Or if you become a butcher and you can butcher carcasses people sell to you. So basically, a lot of the things you may want to buy that you would think you would find in a market, you can generally find here. There's a furnace there for cooking. Alright, so as we keep coming down, this big building here on the left is probably going to be where you spend most of your time when you're starting out. This is the bank. Let's park our mount outside here. Thank God they finally widened this door. Used to be just one set of stairs here. People would block it and sometimes couldn't get in. Alright, so this is the bank and also the broker. So broker is in auction house, for example. So this is obviously where you can put things up for sale, or you can buy things such as mounts. These are mounts here. Comes in form of a piece of paper. But all you do is you take it to the stable, you hand it in, and then they will give you a mount. So it's important to make sure early on, if you are to buy a mount, you want to make sure that it's in Tindrem. See here we've got Tindrem selected, but if we put all locations, let's have a look here. Go pet receipts. So you can see here it's in red. It's kind of like a warning, almost red bad. So back to you, these are all different towns, Fabenham. So just make sure anything you buy, it's in Tindrem, because this game definitely goes for realism. You know, if you put something up for auction here in Tindrem, they can only buy it in Tindrem. You cannot buy it from another town. And as for banks, they are not linked also. So everything that is currently in my bank here, I will not be able to access should I leave this town and go to another town. It will have a completely separate bank of the items in which I've placed there. Down the back, it's nothing really different, just the bank and another broker. These big evil dudes are guards. Protect the city. So, I mean, whilst you're in the city, usually you're pretty safe. You're not generally going to get attacked. You do get some trolls who are going to try and wipe you out and probably die in the process. But generally, most people aren't going to do anything to you in here, because if they do, they go grey. People can call the guards on you, and there's a shit ton around. And it's pretty much going to be mincemeat for you. Alright, let's have a little look over here. This fella over here is the mailbox. So we can come here, check our mail. So I have nothing there currently, but can also send mail. Can do cash on delivery, or coin on delivery as it says here. Just put the name in, drag the item in, and obviously click this, and put how much you wish to receive. This happens a lot with things like butchers, or people who have regular sales that they supply for people. I have a butcher and people send me carcasses through here, and they'll put cash on delivery, and then I pay them that way. So that way, if I'm not online, it's there waiting for me when I get back. This is a notice board. Pretty much as you would expect. You can click through the options here, and people want to buy. So you've got some butchers on here saying that they want to buy a carcass. This is how much they pay, and that's the types. Obviously for sale. Same thing, people trying to sell swords or armor and such. And pretty well self-explanatory for what these other ones are called also. Right, let's come over here. This is the library. Now this is, you cannot get every book here that you require, but a lot of basic books that you will need, you'll find them here. So a lot of these things, pretty well what they say they do, you increases your breathing technique, and I'll tell you here, increase the maximum movement speed, training technique developed by the Sidians, increases natural aerobic, God, I can't even talk, aerobic, it hasn't been translated into English very well. This is, I think it's created by a couple of Swedish guys, so it's a bit broken English in cases, but yeah. Most of these books, it's the same. You'll find most of this in Google. Creature control, it's all to do with like taming. So, you know, going out into the wild and taming a donkey and making it your own, or horses, or any other sort of beast that you can. All that will help towards all that. You just have to see what path you want to take and what you want to learn. Both of these guys here, I think they sell some different books, so definitely check them both out. And be careful for thieves. There's one tip I can give you. It is to always carry silver, and if possible, carry at least 50 coins or more, because thieves, they can take 20 something coins off you. So if you've got 20 gold on you or 15 gold on you, they can sneak up behind you and try and pickpocket you for it. But if you have like 50 or 60, I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but if you have 50 or 60, I'm pretty certain that they will just fail and they'll go grey, and the guards will chase them, and you can put the guards onto them in case they haven't realized. So definitely try and carry large amounts of coin, not just small amounts if you don't want it to get stolen, and definitely just try not to carry gold. But you've got to be careful sometimes, because at different vendors you have to drag the money in. For example, the food vendor at the market, once you put in the item you wish to buy, you have to drag the money out of your inventory into the box. And let's just say, for example, I had 105 silver, and the item I was buying was 2 silver, and I drag my 105 silver into that box. It will give me change, and it will be 1 gold and, you know, X amount of silver. So if there is a thief here at the time, they can definitely steal that off you. So you've got to be careful about that and be ready to... You can buy silver off the vendor and just replace it with the gold. So definitely do that really quick, or just get a run on and get back to the bank and bank it. Alright, so as we make our way down here, here is the stable. So this is going to be where you hand in a pet receipt, for example. Like I was just talking about before, if you bought a pet receipt off the broker, you can come here and you can hand it in, and then you'll be able to take your pet out. So for example, here I have a donkey out currently. I would say I would like to stable a pet. I could put my donkey away, and then once I have him in there, I'll have the option, I would like to take a pet out. Can also train your animals here, and they level up a bit higher because sometimes they're too young to ride, or you just want to increase their attributes. Donkeys usually used for going to farm carcass and putting bags on them, and depending on the strength they can carry a certain amount, so leveling them up can allow them to carry more or get faster. This is just the equipment vendor, so this is where you would buy your bags and some armor for horses and donkeys and whatnot. And this is the option here where you can turn your silver or gold into silver or gold or cuprum. Alright. I have to apologise if the video seems a little bit broken up, or I'm not speaking real clearly in parts, but yeah, I'm definitely not well adjusted to doing videos, so just bear with me, and I hopefully you'll still learn a few things out of it. Alright, so just here, this is where I like to come and do my butchery. There's a butcher table up here, and a lot of people just don't come up here. I'm usually able to come up here by myself. I don't get bothered by thieves. Not that they're usually going to be able to do anything with me anyway, because I'm usually pretty good at being aware and putting items in bags and having the correct stacks so they can't take anything, but I still come up here for safety. So yeah, we've got that. I'm pretty sure there is some more book people, librarians. There we go, zoologists. So this is all to do with animals. Learning different parts of zoology as a butcher will allow you to get more things out of a carcass when you're butchering it. So if you're butchering it, you're getting X amount of meat. Reading the correct books to increase your skill will allow you to get more meat, in which case you can sell for more gold. So it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's make sure there's nothing up here, because to be honest, I've just come back to this game. What do we got here? That's just a player. Taming tutor. There you go. So if you want to learn how to tame animals, there is a taming tutor right here. So there you go. I just learnt that myself, or I forgot it previous times. What's this dude doing sitting just here? So lazy. I could have just walked down here. Alright, so this is a crafting area. This is where people come to create their armor or their weapons. So we've got weapon creation here, we've got shield creation. So when you... what's going on here? You don't have any shield crafting skills. Okay, it's probably not going to let me show you this. But if you pause it when I open it, that's what it looks like. More weapon creation. Okay. We have an armor broker. This is actually new from the very last time that I looked at this. I have only just come back to this game recently, as I said, so there definitely is a few new things that I don't recall, but I do not remember seeing this. So it looks like you can buy some armor on here. I don't know if it's separate from the other one, but I'm assuming it is, so could definitely be worth checking this out. Crafting tutor, so this is probably where you're going to learn, yep, armor crafting and weapon crafting and whatnot, so... Weapon broker. It's really handy to know because I need to stock up on some weapons myself. Cool. There you go. And then we've got some books here that'll help you with your crafting of weapons and whatnot. And then you got some basic armor that you can buy here. Tindrem scale, I think it's one of the worst starting armors, but it'll do if you're heading into the graveyard to have some battles versus some skeletons. Probably not going to go very well versus anybody who's, well, not even half decent, even have a bad PvP, but it's better than nothing. Over here is where you can get another set of armor, which is a little bit better. It's what I currently am wearing. I'm not really wearing any good gear right now, but you can buy all that here. There is one spot that I just skipped back here, we'll quickly go back to. It's our mailman. Alright, so to this up these set of stairs right here. This is going to be more later on in the game. You're definitely not going to be able to afford this or have the time to do this straight away, but we have a house vendor. So right here we can buy a house. And with the house we can build it in the world outside the city. You need to find a vacant plot and you're able to put that house down, and yeah, it becomes yours. You can put storage in it, create a guild within it once you buy a guild stone, which is really handy if you become a murderer, because if you become a murderer, which flags your name as red all the time, then you cannot enter cities without being attacked by guards. So if you're gonna do that, you need somewhere where you can, you know, restock your gear and just be able to go that's safe. Alright. And in that vendor also you can buy little expansions for your house, like stables and vendors and all sorts of things. Okay. Don't take my video for granted, and definitely explore around, because I'm not going to be telling you everything, because I don't know everything. I'm telling you what I do know. So we've got a cooking vendor here. And this is a priest. So when you die, you're going to turn into a spirit form. You'll be running to a priest. Usually the light shines kind of bright and it'll show you your way because it makes the world a little bit dark. But you'll come here and you'll talk to him and then he'll resurrect you. There's more than one of those around. They're everywhere, so that's one of them. A lot of these backward areas you just kind of blank a bit, but some of them have NPCs up top, little, you know, where you can buy books and different other things. Alright, another quick little tip here. This isn't good food, and later on you may want to look at talking to a cook or becoming a cook and creating some good food so that you can gain weight and get some strength bonuses out of it, or you know, different other bonuses out of it. But I'm just going to do this for now because I'm overweight and I'm going to try and drop a bit of weight off my character. That sun's brutal. So after this, I'm going to show you the graveyard. The graveyard is a small form of making money. It's not a large amount, and don't quote me because I do not remember the prices per head, but you kill the skeletons in here and you collect their heads, and the big gate that brought you into this main city, there is a guy there that you can hand the heads into, and they pay you something like 10 silver a head or something to that effect. Might be a bit more, I can't remember, but it's definitely a decent way to get a little bit of money to start you off. It's definitely not going to be all end all of where your income is going to come from. Graveyard, right here. So let's just go have a quick little peek. You do have to be careful in here. It's not guaranteed safety. It's not usually guards in here, so I mean I could start attacking this guy and I would turn grey, but it wouldn't call the guards on me, because we're sort of not really in the city at the moment. I mean we are, but we're sort of like out within. I'll just quickly show you here. Just knock one of these bastards down. Alright, it didn't take much. And that's what happens. So they drop a little bit of Tindrem, which isn't much. I mean, 100 of it makes 1 silver. And then you get a walking dead head, which you could, like, as I said, you can sell for like 10 silver, or it might even be a silver, I'm not sure. I think it's 10. Sometimes you get murderers in here as well, so you got to be careful that you're just keeping an eye out while you're in here and making sure that someone bad's not coming in. Just put your cursor on them and you can kind of see what color they're. Like, this guy's blue. Blue's generally alright. You're not going to usually have a problem with that. There's another one over there. But if they're red or grey, and you want to be careful. If you're pretty geared and you like your chances, then you by all means go for it. But usually red guys are pretty geared to get to that point, because there's a lot of risk with being red, being a murderer. Grey people, on the other hand, could be grey just because they've decided to kill someone as a random occurrence in there, or it was accidental. But either way, they may not be. They're more likely to not be as geared. So you want to take a shot at grey people and be my guests. Alright, let's head up a little further. This is kind of like a different main area. So it's got its own bank and all the sort of stuff that, you know, where the main stretch had that I showed you before. Call this the slums. It's kind of like the poor area. So we've got the stables here. Now, when you buy on the broker pet receipt, it will usually come up with stables A or B or something to that effect. So if you go to hand it in at the other stables I originally showed you, sometimes it just won't give you the option to hand in a receipt. And the reason that might be is if you look at your receipt, it'll probably say, I think this one's B, it'll probably say B, stables B, which means you need to bring it up to this stables and hand it in to this guy, because the pet receipt will be wherever the person who made it put the pet. So that is what that is, and I've been through this problem before, so that is first-hand information. Alright, so we got some librarians over here, crafting, all the rest of that. Now we've got the bank. Oh, that's trade broker, bank just over here. Got a pet broker. So just check all these guys out, because most of it's the stuff you need, but you may not come up to the slums much. Most people don't. Most people hang around the other area, but you definitely get some people who prefer to come here or deal here when they're dealing business as well, because there's less people to worry about, less thieves. Alright. I'm gonna have to apologize if I get lost coming through here. Where I'm going to be working my way to next is, I'm coming from the opposite end that I'm used to going. Got a bone vendor over here. I think you can use the bones and weapon crafting. I could be incorrect, but I think you can. Or it might be armor, rather. So I'm not going to go in here right now, but if you're ever leveling up a thief, there is a guy that you do need to talk to, who's like some kind of a master thief NPC, where you get a book that that you can't get elsewhere, you need to come in here and talk to this guy and find out what you need to do to be able to get that book. Otherwise, I think, if I recall, you can buy it off the broker, but you'll just have to get the name of it. So if you're looking to be a thief, just remember there is an important dude in here in regards to a book that you will need. There's not really a whole lot out this way, but we're just working our way up to where the other librarians are. Alright. We're going right up there. Really well built city. It's not as if the graphics are amazing by any stretch, but I think they've done well with what they've had to work with. It's just a small team. I'm pretty sure it's just a couple of guys that created this game, so it puts a lot more work on the team when it's just a couple of guys. And when you think that a couple of guys did all this, I think it's pretty incredible. Alright, there we go. Just some more librarians. Basically, we just follow this all the way up. Now, these books up here are quite expensive, so they're kind of the more important books of most skills that you're going to learn. So I know I've bought quite a few taming books up here, and I think I might have bought some thief books up here as well. One more level, let's just go up here. So yeah, these are going to be costly books. Once you start leveling up all those basic skills, these are going to be the next ones you're going to want to look towards when you run out of books. Let's just be careful up here and make sure we don't wander off the cliff, because that wouldn't go well for the video running back on foot. Alright, so we've got like 3 different crosses here. I'm pretty sure that there's books on at least 2 of them. There might be on all of them. We'll just have a little look, eh? Hermit Library. Let's just refresh my memory. Which one this one is. Alright, so you've got a combat book here and a meditation, passive regeneration. See, these ones are 10 gold each. A lot of the other books are 2 gold, 10 silver, 50 silver. They're not really generally much, 2 gold, 50 and whatnot. There might be another guy over here. There are some that I think are 20 and 50 gold. That's one thing that I really like about this game, is the economy is just, it's really good. It's not blown out like it is in a lot of other games where it becomes these, you know, hundreds of thousands and all that crap. Probably because most of the things that are created in this game, they don't last forever, they break. You know, you get a weapon made, it's gonna break. You just gotta buy more. So they constantly always need the crafters to keep creating them so that, you know, you can keep replacing the ones that are broken. Alright, so those books aren't too expensive, but let's go check a couple of these other ones. Here we go, the Animalist. Here we go, look at that. 10 gold, 75 gold, 65 gold, 50 gold. So I mean, there's some stuff here you're gonna have to save up for, depending on what you want to do, of course. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty important to the back end of your skills. So if you're gonna be a tamer, something to do with animals, there's a lot of stuff here that you're probably gonna have to save some money up for and come and get. Here we go, magic tutor. Not regions. All this stuff, I'm pretty sure it's back in all those other areas. Probably skimmed through, but they probably around the market area or somewhere thereabouts. Let's go check this other bridge. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea. Google it. This game's definitely not your World of Warcraft. You're not going to get a whole lot of sites online that are going to tell you how to do everything. I think a lot of people really like the fact that it's a hardcore MMO. You're not to be babied through it. You know, you earn everything you do through experience. You learn how to do things, which I kind of agree with to an extent, but I just feel like there's a lot of basic things that don't really hurt that element of the game that could, you know, help if people helped out some people that are trying to get into the game, because it's definitely a sort of game you get a lot of people who start it and just go, well, what is this, you know, like, and then just drop out and don't even give it a proper go. But if you follow my videos, I'm gonna show some basic ways, things how to make money, how to get to certain places, you know, just different basic things that should equip you to get started in this game, and then you should be able to take yourself further from there. This is a lot of stuff that I didn't really get help with when I started, and I kind of just had to figure out or just ask people in game. Really appreciate it if no one laughed at my homemade logo as well. The top left. Yes, it was done in paint. It's a very professional job. And if you guys do find my videos helpful and useful, if you could throw a like, even subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Definitely helps me keep the motivation to keep doing them. It's going to be hard to keep making videos if, you know, I'm not getting much positive feedback, so it would be good to let me know if you enjoy them. If you don't like them, you know, you can let me know as well. Tell me how to improve it. Or if there's anything specific that you would like me to make a video on, just post in the comments, and I will do my best to maybe do a video on that if enough people want me to. And if I don't know how to do it, I will try and find out how to do that, and then I'll make a video for you guys. So we're back here at the library again, back at the start, and there's the bank over there. So just remember, if you're trying to get back from there, and just rewind the video and just follow the way I just ran. But we're pretty well back to where we started. So as I said, there are places probably in between where there are things, and you know, I might have missed things out, of course, but I'm just showing you what I know. And hopefully, as new players, that will still be a lot more than you would know, I would assume. So, I'll just quickly show you where you can hand in those heads from the graveyard. So this is where we came into the city from the Nave area. Alright. I think it's this guy. There we go. I have undead heads. Does he say a price in here? I have undead heads. It's like, no you don't. Anyway, that's where you hand them in. So all you do is click that, drag the head in, and he's probably just gonna tell you how much it is. Also, there's some swords here that you can buy. So you start off with a sword, but it's pretty crap. It's a noob sword, and if you die, you actually get to keep it. But generally, if you had a sword, one of these swords, or not the worn one, oh, yeah, actually that one. If you had any of these swords and you died, you would lose it, unless you ran back and looted your body and got it back. But if you died, someone else is probably going to take it. They may not though, because they can turn criminal if you weren't grey. Alright, so we'll just quickly show you how to get out of Tindrem. And now that I think about it, I really wish that I showed... I thought that guy was going aggro on someone. I really wish that I showed you the way out of Tindrem up at the other area. I may even quickly just leg it back up there and show you, but we'll just come out here first. Alright, you're gonna get little funny little freeze-ups in this game. Usually coming in and out of the city. Is it gonna do it? It's gonna make a liar of me, isn't that? Yeah, didn't really do what I was expecting. So this is outside the city. And it's a big harsh world out there. You need to be careful because there's a lot of assholes in this game. I mean, that's what the game's about, I guess, you know. It's definitely a PvP orientated game, so it's probably a bit harsh calling them assholes, but a lot of these guys don't care if you're noob. They don't care if you have nothing. You could be running out here naked, just with nothing, and they will still just come and hunt you down like a dog. They just don't care, so just be aware of that. And if you see someone red or grey in a distance, don't run up to them and say hello. Turn around and get the fuck out of there. Alright. I'm gonna do some videos and show you some of the closer areas around here. But for this one, we're just gonna stick with Tindrem. So let's see if I can get back to the slums. There we go. So there's little lags, so we just get there. This game's definitely not really. It's not 100% smooth. I mean, it's probably not even close to 100%. But I think if you guys give it a good chance, you'll enjoy the game. Alright, let's just try and get there really quick, eh? Keep smashing my W key to whack my horse into gear. There's the graveyard again. Alright, so let's see if I can remember. I think this potentially looks like it might be... maybe not. Nope. Oh, look, there you go. Shady Librarian. That was probably a good thing that I just screwed up and came in here. Alright, so this is for your thief. You're going to need these books. If you decide to get a thief, you'll need these books. You need to subscribe to get a thief. But you're not going to be able to do any thievery without these books. I use that pretty loosely when I say these books. Definitely always Google and check exactly what books you need. maybe in future videos I'll make some more that are just very in-depth about that sort of thing and what books you exactly need and all the rest of that. But I think Google displays it a lot better because it's just all written there, right there for you, rather than me just telling you and then forgetting. So, alright, how do I get out of this city? Don't do this to me. I gotta remember how to get out. I'm sure there's an exit here. Oh god. Oh god. I'm looking stupid. Oh no. Alright. It's gotta be down there somewhere. Or it's... yeah, I don't know. It has to be. What do we got here? Extraction tutor. So I think this is to do with mining. That's what's... Alright, I'm not going to delve in down there. We might even just leave it there. We didn't come up here for nothing. I showed you where the thief, the shady librarian was. So, that's probably about it for the video, guys. I really hope that you get something from this. And as I said, if you wouldn't mind, if you enjoyed the video, please throw me a like and subscribe. Either way, it's no big deal. Just take what you can from this video and progress forward. Alright, thank you very much, and I'll see you next video.